Looks like some kind of TV set. And we're in the audience. Why is there an ominous piano chord being played just in the air somewhere? Oh no. Okay, this is more like the Red Room at this point. This is... like, it's not even weird enough to be scary. It's just, like, off-putting. Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to Garry's Mod. And today, we're going to be exploring a few more weird maps. The plan is 3. If some of them turn out too short, maybe we'll do more. But starting us off for tonight is, what makes this map a little bit more eerie, at least to me, is the fact that it's apparently really, really old. It's uploaded to the workshop 10 years ago in 2014, but it's probably much older than that because this is one of Nipper's works. Now, that creator is known for a whole bunch of CSS maps. I played a few on the channel, including the Haunted Mansion recreation. And they range from, like, really cool projects like that to just the really abstract and strange. And it seems like this is on course to be one of those. I wonder if we can... No, it doesn't seem like we can kill the power on Mr. Door's show. So I guess we'll have to step backstage. Can we mess with the camera? Nope. But I can steal a mug. Thank you. I can't even tell where that sound is coming from. Oh... Look at that. It's like Vincent van Gogh just took a paintbrush to the landscape and started a cult while he was at it. Yeah, no, it's definitely getting louder. But it's still, like, so indistinct as to where it's actually coming from. Hang on. Yep. Throwing is really difficult in GMOD. The Cosmic Latte Show. And we have stepped into the latte. Or maybe they put something in the drink in that mug I picked up. Oh, look at that. It's almost got like 80s grid graphics hanging over the stone of an old tomb. There's like 8 different art styles being blended here, and I think that's pretty awesome. It's also weird seeing a blend of, like, almost PS1 video game world design with, like, modernish graphics and colors. Wait, that time it wasn't just the sound. There was, like, a crunching of metal alongside it. Oh, now we're encountering the meat growing on the walls. An old church, but dedicated to the worship of what? I mean, besides the concept of the cosmos in general, which is actually kind of a recurring theme on this creator's maps. I remember another one I did as part of a different Weird Maps video, like 4 different weird things happening at once. There were a lot of sections, including like a diner or something that seemed to be suspended in space. Cherry Clan candy. Look at that ceiling. This is so cool. I think this must be like one of the earliest creators to acknowledge Hammer as a tool for abstract art pieces. I mean, this goes way, way back. We're even putting our abstract art pieces within our abstract art piece. Some of these I recognize, some I don't. Can we get through here? We can. And just like that, we've wandered from a church to an 80s vision of what VR was going to be like into a spaceship. Well, we'll be back. That noise is still following me. This looks like a representation of everything we saw in that outdoor area, but put up as a display in a way that doesn't seem to showcase it in the way we experienced it. It's like whoever put that outdoor area together only saw the shapes and colors, and the structures are just something our brain made up, trying to make sense of it. I can hear water in here, but I can't have some. That sucks. I'm thirsty. Ooh. Looks like space condensed itself a little bit, but we can... Ah, my God. Oh, my... What is it with you and giant heads? You're taking cues from Mussolini's architecture style. Wow. You are spitting out commentary nodes. Oh, right, because it's flying out of your mouth. I get it. I never know whether to laugh or be creeped out on these things. For example, the fact that you actually have these sound effects when we walk on this cosmic tongue. Funny, it's like we're staring out the windows on a spaceship watching space go by, but each window implies that we're moving in a different direction. Yep, that is a consistent theme. No matter where you are, space hangs over you, which I suppose is kind of a no-duh statement, but like it's more pronounced here. We've got some weird vegetation just kind of hanging here, but I don't think it's displaying correctly. Again, I'm pretty sure this was originally made for Counter-Strike, so I do wonder if it was actually meant to be played on. I mean, I'm approaching this from the modern perspective of maps for exploration, and more things have been made with that in mind these days, but that wasn't really so much the case back then. Well, why did I feel that go through my body? It's like the brain isn't equipped to handle walking through things. And it's for that reason that I wasn't sure what was going to happen when I stepped over here. I saw those lights hovering over your pianos. Does that mean we can play them? No, it doesn't seem so. Oh, I see. This is where it's coming from, or maybe, even though this isn't where it's at its loudest. God, that makes it even creepier. 3 pianos every once in a while, just in unison, mash a key. Oh, look at that. That's quite an original take on painting a chapel ceiling. Oh, look, Motifakes. That's how you know this is from, like, 2008. You wanted to see me, boss? 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 Ooh. Even the universe is getting tired of these things. In my opinion, they never should have gone away. I feel like you could get a lot of use out of them now. Yeah, this is really cool. It's not necessarily a showcase of different ideas in different places. Rather, all of these things kind of meld into each other. Space, technology, and even old artistry. That's weird. You know, I don't know if this is the intention, and it is a bold thing to try and do if it is. But imagine comparing, like, medieval artwork and Renaissance artwork to creations in Hammer. Is this a... I just heard the sound of sliding distinctly. Yeah, no, there's definitely something going on over on the right, but... Ooh. Ah. I knew it! It's a dance floor! There's no music playing. Maybe they didn't have the asset for it. I bet back in the day something played, but I can always substitute whatever I want now. Oh, look at this. Now that's a party under the stars. All right, moving on, though. I mean, sure, I always like to unwind after some dancing by being swallowed by the abyss. Whee! Ooh. Ooh. I just heard a splash. Wait. Was all that just moving up there? I get the impression from all this movement that I just missed a party. Careful not to fall into the gaps in reality. Map pack. Yeah, see, this is why I walked up here instead of trying to go down there. Is this one of the canisters from Carrion? When I stand on that little X, it's going to break out and begin its rampage, consuming my biomass to be used for even greater destruction? Something looked like it just happened. Oop. But I guess it doesn't matter now. I'm not going to push my luck. Oh, wow. This is actually surprisingly large. That is so weird. Space falling by like it's a waterfall. No way! Hang, I can't even... Okay, this is something I haven't even seen, only reviews, so it's weird that I'm able to spot this. Is this the apartment complex from Lady in the Water? That is such a bizarre... I never would have expected to see such a reference here if that's what it is. But it definitely helps to date this map. Maybe M. Night Shyamalan is in here. Can we go talk to him? Oh, no. He's probably too busy casting himself as the chosen one in another movie. Is someone there? I don't want to be pulled into your fantasy world. What I was trying to say is, now I'm the lady in the water. This is actually really cool to see. It seems like such a random reference, but here it is. And there's something like oddly charming about that. I mean, it sort of reminds me of all those like weird parodies you would see in Flash animation form back in the day. Like, it didn't have to make sense. It didn't even have to be something that was necessarily popular. Oh my. Oh, that's giving me a real sense of vertigo. Is vertigo the right word? No, it's just causing my stomach to turn. But I can still hear those impacts from somewhere. Yep. Howdy, Melon. Come on. You're coming with me. There you go. You rest up now. Ah, it's just right back around to here. Okay, well, might as well go check out the 80s video arcade. What happens if I try walking on you? Oh, I can't jump, which means you're trying to do something and you can't. All right, well, if we're gonna be entering the arcade, we might as well be prepared, right? You guys remember that one Fairly Odd Parents episode where Timmy had that VR headset? And I remember thinking, dude, maybe when I'm like 50, I'll get to play something that's as cool as this. Didn't think by the time I was in my mid-20s there would be stuff that's way cooler. Although perhaps not quite as immersive. We still need some kind of headset that just detonates if you die. That's some real hardcore gaming. I guess we're in the churchyard now. Or the church something. I don't know why I assumed connectivity based on common things, but we are back where we were. Bad rats? Or just one of those old weird contraption games? Ew. Why does... Oh my god, I was just hit with the overwhelming dread as my brain was graced with the idea of a fuzzy throat. Yeah, glad to be out of there. Safety lock, what do you think of this? Personally, I'm concerned. We're beneath that thing. Look at that. I wonder if that's like... I wonder who that is. This is very low resolution. But it's still really cool. I wonder if it's anyone related to the creator or even just a meme of the time. Yep. We're back here. You know, it's really weird because I'm looking at this almost from an archaeological perspective, knowing how old it is. And I was like a fully functioning person at that time. Like if this came out in 2008, okay, I would have been 13. I was aware of memes. I was aware of like internet culture. And yet all of this somehow seems so foreign to me. I mean, granted, it's weird to begin with. But I think that's partly because it succeeds in putting me into that mindset of the time where everything does feel kind of novel when I'm going through here. I think now, I mean, I really hate to wave my cane on this because I think most things in general are like better than they've ever been with regards to entertainment. But I do get the impression that a lot of jokes and conventions are a lot more rigid than they used to be. Like, there's not as much just trying out weird things, which, again, feels weird to say because there's so much more variety than ever. But I feel like so much of humor has been reduced to recycled lines and just kind of dead horse concepts. I see what that's trying to do, and I am not interested in doing it just yet. For example, a 2001 reference in the same place as a Lady in the Water reference. And a Mystery Flesh Pit reference. I mean, that's not what it would be, but whatever. I've spent time trapped down here before. Ask Ratscare, he knows. Ooh. And we've been randomly teleported. Such is life in these maps. Well, that gives us an opportunity to head... I don't want to head back that way. That is too much effort for me. We could instead try going out this way. And back to here, which means we've now come and gone from every possible direction. But I believe we were most recently over here, so we may as well head back. It has a way of forcing you through. Alright, let's see where this goes. I'll be honest, I kind of expected to actually be lifted up there. Yeah, no. The more I travel, the less convinced I am that that sound is coming from the pianos. Although it is in sync with the lighting, I think. Or is it? I swear that sound is haunting me through this place. Howdy. Oh, this just goes back to here. Alright, well, that new avenue has been unlocked. What about this one? No, it's not the pianos. It's that thing sliding. And there's some death lasers being shot from that finger. The hand of God will smite you on here. Oh, this artist, whose name I won't attempt to pronounce from memory, but suffice to say, I'm a fan of their work. Now here's the area. Here's where the boss comes out. Alright, let's do this. And try not to get zapped in the process. Oh, makes it kind of difficult, doesn't it? We can climb up this ladder here and avoid that. Yep, come on. Whoa. Do not push me into the laser beams, please. And the choice of art to display on here is something. Chandelier hanging from the skylight, which seems unstable, but really cool. Idiot zoo. Okay, how do we end up in the idiot zoo? Because I did in one of your other maps. I mean, look, if we do take this seriously as a digital art piece and not just as screwing around in Hammer, which it can be both, it's interesting to look at the concepts that carry over between maps, the things that show up more than once or frequently. Because it sort of indicates an interest of the creator. Huh. We found the place from where you steer the ship. Destination everywhere. Let's hop into this mysterious pit you have in the back. I wonder where this will lead. Science! Oof. Whoa! Oh! I should have figured, huh? Oh, they're actually physical objects. Also, I'm sorry to everyone I just jump scared by shooting on an otherwise fairly quiet map. This came to here. Right, we have seen all of this. Hey, I was actually able to stick you in place. Yep. Only temporarily, though. That might screw up the sync for the entire map. Cool. I think I figured out how to get into the idiot zoo. Look, it doesn't even show that there's a mirror here. I wouldn't make this a two-way mirror. I would just have this be a piece of glass. Because, yeah, it's funny to watch the people in the idiot zoo. I guess the idea is that they'll go about their business. You can watch them try to escape. But I think it would be even more humiliating if you're in here like, oh, wow, haha, I don't know what I expected. And then you get to watch all the other players come in here and point and laugh at you. Thankfully, we have the benefit of no clips, so we can escape and see what else is out here. Ooh. Like, even more so than now, there's so many animations on these maps. So many, like, psychedelic images and things that are almost hypnotic to look at. And some things that are just straight up illusions, pasting 2D movement onto a 3D world. I mean, stare long enough and it'll put you into a state. Alright, we're playing VR again. Imagine jumping around here with your friends, shooting lasers at each other. I think Futurama had a scene like that as well. And back to the pianos. Which means there's more we haven't seen, but in here we can only navigate by trusting the line. And it really makes for a weird perception. The way you enter here, it feels so narrow, and indeed it may be. Or it could simultaneously be really wide, and if we take a step off this line, we'll go plummeting to our doom. I don't recall if we've been... No, we've been here. Let's see where you lead. Nowhere bad. Everything went better than expected. What happens if we crawl into sideways hallway? It's just back to here. We haven't seen what's behind this. We can jump up and over. Hang on. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, well, wouldn't be Counter-Strike if it weren't for modders doing whatever they want. If we come out here, it leads us back to the beginning. And I think that's just about all. However, I am beyond interested in doing a no-clip run of this space. I don't know, it just really fascinates me, the idea of a map made from the perspective that it's going to be weird, but it's not weighed down by an understanding of, like, meme culture and concepts of now. And I don't know why that's so interesting to me. Yep. I don't know, I guess it just feels more freeform in that way. But wow, this place was actually much, much bigger than I imagined. Hearing that one screeching sound echo throughout the map periodically, and especially in my case, not being able to find it for a long time, I don't know if that was even intentionally creepy, but it almost served as like a soundtrack to the map. Kind of like how The Shining's soundtrack would have these random stabs just to keep you on your toes. Oh, wait a second, I had actually forgotten all about the Z door. I don't believe I ever went up this ladder. Whoa, neon garden. Hello? Oh. You know, it's actually kind of strange. Like, if I had a nickel for every time a map like this had a weird lone tree in the middle of an oasis. Hello? Do I have to find the exact right spot? Do I have to do something with you? I guess we're through. Ow. Hey, it's the fruit room. Imagine if right now I took off the headset and found out I've always been here, that everything my entire life up until this point has been an insanity-induced hallucination in this room. What a twist! Here is the creator room. I should have expected nothing less. There's what I presume is the hammer screen, but very stylized. It does seem to be comparing art forms, like, quite directly, actually. Yep. Stop it, you. Some kind of visual torture room. How did we get to here? Wait, this actually connects? This wasn't just like outside the map? Oh no, this place is just a hub for strangeness, but there's nothing to differentiate the doors. Really, really cool. But we've got some more stuff on the itinerary for today, so moving on. Ooh. This is a sparse room. And the next map we're going to be trying out is Neko Mayaku Yume. A really strange workshop find with many awards, no description, and comments disabled. But it bills itself as a horror exploration map, so I kind of want to give it a try. There's nothing like no explanation to get you curious, huh? Especially when even the intro has no explanation. Not much to see out of that window, is there? Well, we're going to have interactive objects to an extent. Though showing us still image and hearing music from somewhere off to the left is like turning on electronics in a dream. Maybe that's the point. Can't see anything inside the closet. Let's try and get going. I said let's try and get going. Maybe we're not supposed to leave. Maybe we're just supposed to drift off to sleep. I'm crouching over myself. What a creepy liminal convenience store. I love it. Where the parking lot really does stretch off to everywhere, but it doesn't matter because no one's here. God, I'm like a golden retriever. Money? Wait, excuse me? I've been teleported around the back. And there's something very strange about the texture of the back wall. Oh, look, it's like... It appears to shimmer as I move. But only when I move, like it's relative to my perspective. And it's even up there, too. Was it that way before? Did I just not notice? Okay, let's actually go in the right way this time. Nice background for an ATM. Yeah, no, it is everywhere now, even on the counter. Ooh. At least I'm not the only patron appreciating the arts in this gallery. There we have the postmodern cat tree. And there we have the postmodern cats. Oh, look at them all. A giant ball of yarn. Of course, we cannot touch it. This is reminding me so much of LSD Dream Emulator. Just these dreamy environments where if you touch a wall, you're immediately brought to the next dream. I think I just teleported through my own head for a second. I've played some strange maps, but this one's already starting to be up there. And back to the Neko Markt. Oh my god! Yeah, things are definitely changing back here, and sometimes things change for us. What is this? Some kind of four-way bathroom stall? I can walk right through. They're changing rooms. All arranged in a grid pattern. Oh no. There's probably something I'm supposed to find in here. And much like LSD Dream Emulator, it almost doesn't matter what we touch. It's not necessarily connected in a sensical fashion. The teleports can be completely random. The convenience store functions as a central hub, much like the house did in that game. But just about anything can happen. What happens if we try going back? And we're back here, right down to the little FMVs. There can be no question about this thing's inspirations. Ugh. It's weird, these little FMVs, like, they're comforting, but still inspire a small amount of uneasiness, and I can't really qualify why. I also can't really qualify why we're stuck on this screen. It's not going away. I just restarted the map, and it's pretty clear now that we're actually dealing with a literal dream emulator, seeing as this starts with us falling asleep. Maybe falling asleep is like an escape from reality, given how bare our room was. We can interact with just about anything, but we never know what it'll do. Back in the gallery, what happens if we do touch? We can't actually climb over the rails. What happens if we do touch you? I mean, I always appreciate some kitties, but we're seeing a whole lot of the same. I wonder, can I make the jump to that staircase? I can certainly overshoot it. What happens if we go off into the void? Made by Zentax. So some of these do function as hard endings. Alright, we may actually have already seen everything there is to see. So what happens if we try and no-clip this thing? Oop. Look at that. There is a central teleport right in the middle. But that's one of the endings. That was pretty cool. It definitely felt like LSD Dream Emulator with somewhat more modern graphics, while still feeling like it was as abstract as it needed to be. And it even took it a step further by having this little room as the framing. I do wish there was more to it, and you could definitely do a lot more with this concept, but I really love how it is sort of like modern liminal space exploration maps, but it's much more sleepwalky, less progression-based, where it's not about trying to see everything. It's about just seeing where different things take you. You can be transported anywhere, seemingly at random, and every once in a while you just get something like this. You don't have control, you're not lucid dreaming. You just have to accept things as they come. And it has a central theme of kitties, which is always welcome. Wow, the rain is just pouring down here. That is really, really loud. I better get inside, because our next map for tonight is the amusingly named GMOD, or just Garry's Mall. A few of you requested that I play this, and apparently it's actually been around for quite a while, although it certainly has the look of newer, more produced maps. Oh, this is so cool looking. It's like one of those fake megastores you would see in a 90s movie, the kind that always looked so fun to go to, but then you were disappointed when you found out it didn't really exist. And speaking of a megastore, listen, we can hear the rain start to mute as we step through the threshold. Smell like nature. Fall scents, elk droppings, decaying corpse, sweaty lumberjack, and 12 more. Scents by Bianca. I love stuff like that you'll just pass by, but will only kind of go, if you stop and take a closer look. Garry's Mall. The deals can't get any better. We're sure this time. Oh, look at that. You remember when malls used to be fun instead of sad? And when the mods didn't give any care in the world for copyright? Well, I suppose we're still living in that age. Look at this. This is the point of coffee shops, and I don't even drink coffee. I've only had it a couple times in my life. But listen, we can hear that music. It's this nice atmospheric little space. This is the kind of thing you don't see too often anymore. A place that is truly just built as a lounge. We can still hear the rain pouring outside. Wait, will I be able to open this while holding it? I will. And it's got a pull cord flush. I half expected that to actually work. Alright, well I guess we're done here. I don't really expect this music to be copyright friendly, so I guess I'll just leave this here for whoever comes out at night to drink the leftovers. Ooh, staff only. I don't know what I was going to do if that actually worked. Solved the... Wait, what? Solved the riddle. He wears a red hat, has a white beard, and a blue coat. Bring him, and you shall enter. That's not really a riddle. That's just telling me to find the gnome, but I guess we can do that. Gnome. Now, where did that gnome get off to? EU license plate, Eastern Bloc. Just everywhere you look, there's little gags and jokes. This really does feel like the spirit of Garry's Mod, doesn't it? Everything custom textures. A face punch restaurant. This one is a little more silent, which isn't the worst thing by itself. I just love how you can still hear the rain while inside, but it's much more of a low whooshing sound, something that you could kind of fall asleep to. What better place to fall asleep than all alone in a big cavernous mall like that you have the run of, right? Where to even start? Look, a Nintendo Power advertisement? That's the kind of thing that I never really experienced myself, but I'm somehow no less nostalgic for. All I had was official PlayStation magazine and Game Informer. They just went ahead and named the slogan after what people say when they see one of these places. Ooh, we can actually get pretzels. We can't pick them up, but this presents quite a conundrum, doesn't it? Actually, no, it doesn't. The solution is to bite one and then slide off the other one and give it to your friend. Now that is a show of true friendship. Look at this, all laid out on the counter. It all looks pretty good, actually. You know what? I don't have soft pretzels, but I do have soft bagels downstairs. Definitely gonna have one of those after this. The House of Ratings. Under new management, Now with 70% less brown recluses per product. Other species remain present. Just the idea of fine print on a window advertisement. 20% off artistic. Ooh, I could be artistic. Okay, all of this is just going to be props. Discontinued, bad reading, and bad spelling. Oh, I have been on the internet recently. None of that has been discontinued. Or there's still a huge supply out there. Free winner for every 10 bought. Can we get back here? No, we can't fold that down. Wow, it really is just the store of game icons. Friendly for people you hate the least. Okay, well, there's only so old this can be, right? Castlevania. It's so weird because this whole map is so well made, kind of like a lot of the recent, more exploration-focused ones. And yet it's got all these references and jokes that feel so much more like 2008 Garry's Mod. Let's see what's back here in the absurdly spacious bathrooms. Ooh, there's an open door. You know what? Okay, these don't open. And that's not a reflection. No, no, no. It's just a window straight to the other bathroom. That's hilarious. That's the kind of thing you don't even notice at first. Can we open these stalls? I don't imagine so, right? That would really freak me out if I was looking through here and saw a door open that isn't there when I turn around. It's the urinals on the wall that give it away. This actually feels, with all these reflections on the floor, I mean, look at these. Like the VR chat map of the mall from Dead Rising. Look, we've got that nice feature right in the center. Complete with miniature pirate ship. Ooh, there's actually a map. It is insane how much effort has gone into this. There's a lot here, but I think I'm going to end up seeing everything anyway. We're almost done with the first floor. Can we actually get something from the vending machine? It's got the little green light on. I mean, I did just have coffee. Hey! I am parched, thank you. La Jarate. I think I'm actually not going to have this. I'm actually surprised to let me do that. Ooh, Pulsar computers. Oh. I am such a sucker for old computer ads. Pentium 3 processor, Game Boy. What kind of games you got? Carmageddon 2, GTA 2? I don't think the Game Boy was that big. Of course you gotta include Half-Life. And Windows 95. Look, they've even got Voodoo products up here. I think they were eventually bought by NVIDIA. But it's so weird. Like, I remember being in stores and seeing these things, but I probably couldn't even read yet. Definitely didn't have any understanding of what these things were, but it's weird how it all comes back when you actually see them in front of you like this. Black Factory, surplus production and waste outlet. Wow, industry in the mall. We really are cramping our zones. Lose your humanity horribly. Become a test subject today. I love how it says fictitious phone number on the bottom, but it doesn't even bother to put the fictitious phone number. I mean, I thought they had crazy security at inner city convenience stores, but this is ridiculous. Dead animal, pseudo cheese, whole rat, illegally caught whole crab. Oh, there's another one of you hiding in the corner there. 100% salt. But I can't interact with any... Oh my god! I don't think you were supposed to show like that. Yeah, oh my... Wow. I didn't expect to be jump scared on this map after all that. Let's make sure... Ooh. Let's make sure we're looking in all the little crevices. Remember, we are on the hunt for a gnome. Murder Pop. I'd like to try Murder Pop. My last drink didn't go so well. Guess we can't. God, what would this map be like with players? Katru New Age hippie stuff. 2 for 1. Siddhartha and autobiography of a yogi together for just $10. Buy them now if you haven't already. 20% off strange crystals. Smoke them and have strange hallucinations about the meaning of life itself. Or just roll on our shop floor giggling. You decide. Negative energy? Not in this shop. How's vegetarian energy drinks? And a book that you get alongside it. I feel like I'm committing piracy just by looking at this vending machine. Attention customers. We regret to inform you that due to electrical interference from meditation sessions in the back room, we cannot accept credit cards or any other electronic forms of payment. No refunds either. That's just cruel. So in other words, this whole thing is guilty of money laundering. Ooh, a tambourine. Which I can't pick up. Inner eye? Shouldn't you get that looked at? And yes, it seems like this whole map is just going to be me reading signs and giggling at them, but that's what this map is for. Spider-Man, friend or foe? Foe. That's the Green Goblin. He's a bad guy. He's angry. Oh my god. I get it. Spider-Man, friend or Willem Dafoe. I think I inhaled something in that last shop. You're doing it again. It's every place here. They're not even trying to hide it. I guess I should check in that other open stall, though. We've still got to be on the lookout for our tiny friend. But I think that's about it for downstairs. Now we need to take the elevator or escalator upward. They seem to be out of service for the moment. Hey, Krispy Kreme. Oh, okay, the music changed. I was going to say, since when did David Lynch direct Krispy Kreme? Attention. A reminder that there is no drinking on the handling floor. Violators will be dealt with. Management. Yeah, Krispy Kreme is notoriously harsh with rule breakers. Trebled times music? Pretzel good. You eat. Oh! Okay, the board is possessed. I swear I'm gonna end up having to mute this entire thing. Cereal smooth. Oh my. Oh no, yeah, no, now we really are just doing Twin Peaks. Well, I know for a fact that this isn't gonna fly copyright-wise. But, oh my god, a place where we can just walk in and feel like a 19th century rich guy while eating cereal and listening to Twin Peaks soundtrack? Oh yeah, I'm down with this. What is that? Mother 2. Oh, look, this doubles as a creator room. Map created by Stormetry, aka G-Man Freeman. And yeah, music by Angelo Badalamenti. We're actually crediting the song in here. I wonder if each of these stores has something like that. This is the most horrifying medical ad I've ever seen. Very little pain. Quick, 9 hours max. Just 5 minutes away from this mall. Why do I get the feeling they mean on foot? Like, you know, in the dumpsters out back? Hobbies. I would like some hobbies. Oh, look, they've got model planes and trains and boatomobiles. Oh, check it out, the Queen Mary. Dinosaurs and World War II aircraft. Wow, this really is a hobby shop. In fact, it's my kind of hobby shop. I'm so impressed with, like, the sheer number of custom models on this map. Like, there's a real dedication to fully fleshing this place out. There's other mall maps in Garry's Mod, but so many of them are made with just source engine game assets. This, I don't even know where they're getting all this from. I mean, they must be taken from various places. Look, we can even see a train moving around the top. That is so cool. Alright, let's look around some more. Yep, there really are credits everywhere. Thank you for all the help, guys. You rock beyond compare. Look, it's one of those hobby shops where the shopkeep is working on their own hobbies until somebody walks in. Okay, but that's enough for here. Verizon Wireless. There we go. Free iPhone. Well, I got a free phone out of it, but I swear they just make these things smaller and smaller. Locked. Very interesting that you would be locked. Clips Classic Cuts. Can I get a haircut? And my hair is legendarily long right now. No admittance, authorized personnel only. That only drives me forward. Wait, this just opened now. This was locked before, but it just opened. The door just closed on its own. Wait. Oh, I think... No, that's a lamb on the wall back there. I thought there was something back there. This just took a sudden turn. I know it's tradition to include stuff like this, but it's almost as if the map was made back here. Which becomes kind of recursive, doesn't it? Oh, it's a credit room. I guess all the people who contributed. And we can climb up even further. It's like a missile silo or something. And there's a door going even further, but why is this here? Oh, wait. This doesn't even... these aren't even here. What do I do about this, though? This doesn't go any higher. I can hear that mole music again. Oh, look at this! It's a hallway that runs behind the upper signs. Okay, well, let's see where the arrows lead us. Look at that. An Easter egg that runs parallel to the entire map. Speaking of maps... Wait, it's telling us to jump into the water. Alright, you're the boss. But what about back here? This hallway just terminates here. Alright, let's try it. Unless this is just idiot bait. Yeah, cool! Did that open something up for me? I'll tell you one thing, I am quite suspicious of the basket up there. Oop, nothing. I was thinking, if ever a gnome were to hang out somewhere, it would be someplace like that, right? Oh, wait. Wait, there is something here. Hang on. Wait. Come on. Break. 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 You can break just whenever you feel like it. Thank you. Locked. There's got to be a key somewhere, but where would a key be? Oh, there's the gnome. I didn't even see you before. I was expecting your colors to be all bright and stand out, but in here, that's not going to be the case. Alright, well, I've learned amazing things about the secrets of the small Mr. Gnome, and you're just gonna have to trust me on this one. Alright, well, what I meant to show you is this. Yeah! Let me in, Starbucks. I got your gnome. There we go! Aw. Map credits. I've had to restart GMOD due to Steam crashing, Steam VR. But I've read a couple of different things about this map, and somebody said break all of this stuff, and somebody else said that we need to remove the boards without breaking them? Well, since we can't lift them off, I suppose that's not possible without the remove gun. Come on, break. 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 But it still won't open. Okay, I can't find anything on how to do this, and the answers are very inconsistent. I haven't heard any mention of a key or anything like that. A lot of people say it just worked, so I'm just gonna no-clip through and see what's here. Ooh. Very strange to play what looks like an N64 game in VR. Wow. Look, we can even sort of see the clipped windows of the Skylight Mall up ahead. This is also not wanting to open. Okay, I guess we're doing it this way then. I literally can't find any information on this. And that's all there is to it. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure this is actually a Castlevania reference in the soundtrack. It's not something I've played, but I imagine that'll be appreciated by anybody who gets the reference, and this really does feel like a love letter to the early 2000s, even though I believe this map came out in 2013, which it's weird that that feels ancient, because I remember at the time it felt like late-game Garry's mod, but I guess any time is late-game whatever, which just makes me excited for what's in the future of this. But it's just such a celebration of, I guess, like the shared experience of 2000s gaming, you know? And the whole, like, tech influence and just how cool and free that time must have felt. Even still, I can't help but go back to the idea of the gallery, because this does really feel more like an art gallery than a mall, each thing being contributed by different people and, you know, having different style as a result, but all of it connected in that shared experience. Well, this is a comfy sight. A little bedroom, a little desk with a computer. A bed beside a window with sunlight pouring in, the sound of crickets and bugs and wind outside. And quite a nice landscape. Our final map for tonight, because it's going to be easier to title this with 4 maps than 3 since we've already done 2 of these, is Hypnosia. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but what is correct in a world of dreams? Or at least that's what it sounded like from the title. But this seems incredibly normal. If a bit ideally idyllic. So let's see what this is about. Okay, it's going to be one of these. All right, let's step out of the comfort zone and down the rabbit hole of dreams. There's going to be door after door, but where do they lead? You know, in dreams, following the darkness usually means it's about to turn into a nightmare. This is weird. All of it still feels like a house, but it's actually like... Ooh, that's blinding. It's actually like classic definition liminal in that it all feels like it's built into hallways, transitional spaces. And in that way, it has the feeling of things that look like they belong with that bedroom we started, but not all together like this. And certainly not like this. It's a cell block. Just off of the family garage in the little sitting room. Very Bernard's door-esque. And it's only this one cell that's inverted. That's not going to open. Light from around a corner implying that there's something there. Well, here's a light source. Okay, well, this is going to be one of those times where we have the safety lock because it really, really sets me on edge when there's movement on a map like this that isn't me. You're not opening. Nor are you. I can only open this door. Ooh. It's just darkness down below. Yeah, I gathered that, Signs. I gathered. You know, it's funny how we had that hallway of doors. And yet now when we come through here, it's been one linear chain and always deeper into darkness. Ooh. Outdoors, sort of. Although those stars seem to be hanging at substantially different altitudes now that I look at them. Look at this, plywood dividers stacked the size of buildings. Because it's all a set, none of this is real. What happens if we try to maneuver around it? Oh, this does not feel right at all. It's entirely enclosed. I had no desire to turn around right there. Ooh. But I'll tell you what, something does not match up. Hey! It's another comfy bedroom. Not as comfy as my bedroom, but still pretty comfy. A tea kettle? I saw one of these laying on the floor in the street out there. Huh, I guess these kind of function like the melons on Melonade and other such maps. Yeah, look, there's one right there. I wonder if we get anything for picking them up. This looks like it opens. It does! Hey! Well, what if we reunite you with your buddies? Hang on. I may need this to get you over there. No, you don't move. Yep. Look, there's another one right here. Yep. These are going to be absolutely everywhere, aren't they? Yep. There we go. Returning you to your proper storage. And if that's all there is to it, away with us. This is a strange one. But it always relieves me a little bit when there's a dark, dreamy map like this. And it sort of shows a sense of humor, even if it's in something as simple as having a recurring object. Why is that door already open? I didn't open that. Two ways. Oof. My God. Come on. Corner kitchen. Oh, you guys will close on a timer. All right. But yeah, look at this. Everything feels like it's built into a hallway. The decision to put furniture in such spaces, there's something about it that our brain just, like, does not like. Oh, but this is the opposite of what we've been experiencing. Look, the sun filtering through the grass outside the basement window. It's got that cozy feeling. Have you ever been in a basement in the early morning? Yeah, look at that. The way the light falls along the wall because it's coming in at that angle. It's so cozy. Now that we've got larger windows to look out of, even though it's a similar environment to the one at our bedroom, there's something really disconcerting about this because normally the lighting that's coming through would be extremely comfy, but there's something that sort of makes me uneasy about a landscape that simple. Like it doesn't feel real. Just nothing but open grass fields and sky beyond it. I don't know, maybe it's sort of a fear of large open spaces that goes along with it. Like it makes whatever's beyond feel impossibly vast. This probably goes back to here. Yes, it does. Which means we've still got more to look at. Just a little courtyard in an otherwise dark space. The kind of thing where you come out when you're feeling stressed and just kind of press yourself into the corner. Look up, feel the air. And at that point, a bird has an opportunity to do something really funny, but we try not to think about that. Ooh. This is so cool looking. The dirty tiles, the graffiti everywhere, and the empty pool, which I'm such a sucker for these things. They're so cool. And everything kind of tends to end up gravitating towards the bottom end. I've noticed that. But look, the ceiling is just open like that, but it doesn't feel like a broken skylight. It just feels like it's ripped open like a soda can or something. And of course, that door up there that has no business being here. Well, I guess we'll step into the locker to see what's up. So close. Here, let me help you the last little way. There you go. Huh, so that's the high dive, huh? God, I've just always gotten the impression of things moving around beside me. Same thing as in the bathrooms earlier. You hear that? You probably can't, but there's like a weird rumble kind of emanating from that corner. Did you guys see that? Oh my god. Yeah. I feel like that's one of those moments where the kids would do that, right? Always keeping us so tantalizingly close, huh? And the fact that we can hear these sounds, but nothing else that would suggest that we should be able to hear that, it makes it feel so artificial. Like not even being able to see trees with the branches blowing. No. Well, that cutout in the lambda symbol certainly makes me think there's something here. And we've walked through a wall before. No. We're back here. We've come full circle. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't even trying to keep a sense of direction during all that, but here we are. And there we may go. You know, when we start from here, and I look at stuff like this, and like this, all along this hall, everything we've been through, and how I haven't tried to keep a cohesive idea of this in my head, it sort of reminds me of a type of dream I'm not sure I've ever brought up before. And it's because I so rarely remember them because they don't feel worth remembering. But maybe there is something to be said about the type that you forget the instant you wake up, the type where it's basically just a random mishmash of images and events that seems to make sense while you're having it, but like there's nothing you can do with it. It doesn't feel profound after you wake up. It doesn't feel like, oh, I've got to write this down. It's just a bunch of stuff that happened where in one segment you're already completely unaware of the others. For example, taking the stairs down to the basement and being in Grandpa's country cabin. Well, doesn't that feel very cry of fear? No, seriously, I look at this and I immediately can already hear the wails of the chainsaw runner. It's the feature I've always wanted, the abandoned hospital downstairs. Oh, and it is very, very dark. That vent looks openable. Well, at least there's some lights on over here. I found the security room. With missing ceiling panels. I see you up there. Don't think you can hide. Wow, these are absolutely everywhere. All right, safety Glock, you're up. Oh, there's comedy and abruptness. Here we are, and there you are. Now, let's keep having a look. Locked. Why is that? Tell you what, can I just break this window? I cannot. Alright, back through here then, I guess. The light coming from under the doorways also sort of reassures me. Locked. Why am I finding so many locked doors? Another hallway, not unlike the one upstairs, but textured differently. Huh. Color me shocked. Something's not right about that hallway. Look at that end. Something looks so different. And this angle's so much more barren. Literally no land. That's something not even Kansas can achieve. This elevator will not open. So what else is there? Why the locked doors? And more importantly, what do we do about them? Okay, well, I suppose we can step back here and see what's behind that other one. Also locked. Okay, I guess we go upstairs and check the end of the hall then. Ah, that's really irritating me. And out here to the locker room, which means we've been here already. Ooh. I'm running around trying to find anything I might have missed. This looks like the thing in the movie set. Ooh. Looks like some kind of test chamber. A very explosive test chamber. Wow, that kettle has found itself in a tough spot, huh? And these jars seem to be in on it as well. What do the jars have against the kettles? I don't know if there's anything I can actually do about any of this. The safety lock might actually instantly set them off. Whoa, it will. Mop, mop, mop. I saved you. Wait, where did that thing actually end up? If we can find this kettle, there it is. I still don't know what this is all about. Hey, I just saw this one in the driver's seat. Well, at least one has the means to escape this place. This is such a cool angle to see this from. Like, really, this is a cool looking room. And if I can't figure these things out, I'm just gonna have to no-clip. So let's go up and out. Yeah, this is just a hallway. And it seems like we've seen most of what there's... Wow. I hadn't even registered while I was here just how tall this really is. But that is insane. That is truly insane when you see it from the distance. And how often do things look bigger from a distance, right? But if we come down here... There's that weird hallway. Oddly enough, it doesn't look like there's anything off of it, but there is something behind that door. So how do we... It's just a normal room. That's really strange. And from inside, we can open it. Maybe this is a second spawn point. Huh, imagine only 2 players allowed on this map. One spawns in one room, one spawns in the other, both exploring, both unaware of the other's presence, but always hearing them moving around. I'm just imagining an alternate me tossing a kettle out through those upper doors, of knocking something over behind those stall doors. Imagine that. Imagine all of your dreams are collective, but you have no way of knowing that. And so it's possible for you to be accidentally, inadvertently messing with yourself in a different dream that you either had in the past or the future. I have not had nearly enough sleep for this, and I'm going to be dreading it when I finally get that sleep. Anyway, let's go no clip once more. It's also neatly packed, but it feels so big when you're going through it. This was really, really cool, and it's really messing me up that there isn't really a single consistent theme, and yet it feels like there's intention to it. It's the right size to just be one of those maps that somebody just, learned to screw around and hammer and threw it up on the workshop, but it just feels like there's something more to that, even if I can't identify a reason. So I would really love to look on the workshop later and see if the creator has said anything about what actually inspired them to make this. With this, it's very strange and dreamlike, but even in spite of all the different locations, it kind of flows together in a way where it eases you from one space to the next, and you don't really feel a hard transition. You don't ever feel like, how did I get here? It's much like a dream where you'll be in a space and think, oh wow, didn't I wake up in my room? How did I get here from down the hall? But you don't realize it until you're there. It's all these interconnected spaces, basically a gallery of just seemingly random thoughts that the creator had. But where Z was more zany and out there, and including weird, seemingly random references to stuff that would have been somewhat popular at the time. I say somewhat literally because Lady in the Water entered my head. Yeah, that's why they drained this pool. She can't do nothing in here. But this one in total is somewhat dark and eerie, but still nonetheless leans way more towards comfy than creepy. And so it's interesting to see different maps take on sort of the same idea in very different ways. Because this is, these rooms are by themselves a lot more grounded. It's only when you take the whole that everything seems so weird. Whereas on Z, everything was weird. And so the fact that it was so disjointed almost got lost in the mix. I always love having the chance to explore smaller maps like this that wouldn't by themselves fill a whole video, and I think being able to directly compare things like this is exactly why. Uniting it all by a theme. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try any of these maps out for yourself, those links will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Cowabunga! Thunk!